All right. If you guys hear any noise in the background, that is Benny going in and out of the pet door, running around in the backyard. Um, my Hispanic neighbors are partying like they do every weekend. If it's one family, it's another family, then it's another family, then it's another family. Hey, you guys, welcome. It is me, Donovan Saadiq. I am the recovering Democrat, and I am live on YouTube. So please bear with me here. I was at the gym this morning and or this afternoon. I reactivated my fitness membership because uh, at a reserve base here, they restricted the hours, and the base gym closes at 5, and it's not always necessarily open on the weekends. And if it is open on the weekends, it's only open till 1 in the afternoon. Weekends, I usually sleep in, so by the time I get up, the base is already winding down. So again, another eradication of our benefits. We already lost our exchange, and now it is what it is. Hey, Maureen Chavez, hello, thank you for joining me here. I don't want to be too long with you guys because I know you guys got things to do. It's Saturday night. You guys are probably going out and going to get some nice victuals at a really nice restaurant and all that other great stuff. But what you can do for me, you can hit that like button and share on your platforms and your groups. It's just kind of crazy. And what I want to talk about real quick is I am a recovering Democrat, and a lot of people do not understand what a recovering Democrat is. A recovering Democrat is exactly that. It's a Democrat. It's like being a recovering alcoholic, right? You're a recovering alcoholic. That means you're an alcoholic. I'm a recovering Democrat. So in my heart of hearts, I'm a Democrat, except the Democratic Party is not good for me. So I have to do something else. I have to stay away from it because it's just not good for me. But I'm still a Democrat at heart. I was born a Democrat. I was raised a Democrat. My mom's a Democrat. My dad was a Democrat. My grandmother, my grandfather, so on, so on, so on, and so forth, right? So I'm a Democrat. And a lot of people don't understand that. But, they think because I am thinking differently, oh, you must be a Trumper. Oh, you must be this or you must be that. The title, when I'm on the Dimitri K show or I'm on another StreamYard or whatever, I tell you exactly who and what I am. Facts, not feelings. Welcome, welcome. Hit that like button. It's absolutely free. So, what I want to talk about, and I know you guys are coming at me because of my beard and stuff. Look, I'm getting late. Look, I'm retired. I don't even care anymore. So, reactivated my LA fitness membership. It's crazy. I don't want to pay the money, for the membership, but I figured since veterans get a 2.2% pay raise, there's the membership right there, right? I'm 100% disabled or whatever. So that's about $100 a month additional that we're going to get. So that pays for my membership right there. And I still have a few bucks left over to go get a smoothie. Yeah, I can get a smoothie with that extra $100. See, it's all about budgeting and doing, things right with your money. So as you guys have heard, the Democrats just rolled over completely, as we knew they would. And the disappointment from the Democrats was like hearing air come out of a balloon. But what were they expecting? This is what we've been talking about when it comes to the Democratic Party. I left the Democratic Party after the Obama presidency. Having a Black president and didn't do one thing for Black people, I was done. I was like, wait a minute. Everybody else got something, but Black people, you didn't even, what happened here? It was just like you were in a fog. At least I was. And I was like, what happened here? 8 years of waiting, and putting everybody else ahead of us, and I didn't get anything. And so that's when I left the Democratic Party. So I was Obama left in 2016. I was 46 years old. 46 years old. Yeah, 46 years old. So most of my adult life, I was a Democrat. And I was just so disappointed with the excuses when they have the power. Obama came in with 2 years, super majority in the Senate. Remember that? He had a super majority. Couldn't get anything done in regards to Black people, right? He got the ACA done, but people are finding out that's crap, right? It's just another, money thing that we're finding out now, where the money is going everywhere else, but where it needs to go. It's like a Band-Aid on top of a big problem. So I was just so disappointed with the Democratic Party, and I said, I just had enough. I had enough with the excuses. I had enough with, okay, you had a super majority, you couldn't get anything done specific for Black people. Then, when you're out of power, the Democratic answer is to vote for more Democrats. What good is that going to do when Joe Manchin and Sinema, as you guys remember, they blocked the debt forgiveness thing and a lot of his programs that he wanted to do, for everybody. What else? 2 senators did that. And that was their excuse. Well, they're blocking it. It's wait, aren't those people Democrats themselves? Do you see the gamesmanship? I mean, it's just the games and the excuses. I just couldn't do it anymore. So not only are the Republicans obstructing, you have strategic Democrats that are obstructing. Now, notice this: Sinema and Manchin are gone. The Democrats are no longer in power. So they got their money in their bag and they're fine. They're fine going on being lobbyists or whatever else they're doing. They're not being held accountable by the party because they're not in it anymore. And this is what we've been trying to point out to you guys that haven't woken up yet, of all these games, Walt says, and this time Michelle Obama still said now is not the time to ask for stuff. See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? When is it going to be the time? I'm 55 years old this year. So for 55 years of not asking and getting anything as a Black person, when are we supposed to ask for it? When my grandkids are 70, that's when they're supposed to ask? It's the delaying tactics, but yet everybody else is getting stuff. I don't get it. There's no money for reparations, but you got billions and trillions of dollars. I just can't do it anymore. And people say, well, you ain't calling out the Republicans. I don't vote Republican. Why would I call out a party I don't support? This is the lunacy that's going on in the United States, right? Then you got those people saying, well, because you're an independent and you voted for Trump, this is what you get. This country is wrecked. Wait, let me get this straight. This man has been in office for almost 3 months, almost, right? If not 3 months, but almost 3 months. And the country is wrecked in 3 months. So Joe Biden letting in all the illegals, Joe Biden letting in all this money to all, all these wars and stuff, that didn't wreck the country. The egg prices is Donald Trump's problem. This guy inherited a mess. He inherited a false economy. If you guys know economics, when you pump money into the system and the system is not catching, that's a false economy. So so Donald Trump stopped the money, right? So now the money isn't being pumped into the economy, and now we're seeing the real economy. That's what we're seeing. Now we're seeing the real economy. There's no money to have 80,000 IRS agents. There's no money. And you guys notice this in the news? The corporations are quietly laying off people because all this free money is not flowing in the economy anymore. And so they're laying off. Corporations are laying off people as well. It isn't just the federal government. Now, we all know the federal government needs to shrink because, again, in the 1990s, how many of you guys remember Bill Clinton, Al Gore closed hundreds of bases, overseas and stateside. Hundreds of bases were closed. I believe 270,000 federal workers were laid off or pushed out. The military was downsized. People weren't allowed to re-enlist. Isn't it funny how we don't say anything about when that was done, but now because of the hatred of Trump, oh my God, oh my God, it can't be done. It can't be done. So, we really got to use our logic with this stuff. It's, these games. See, I'm done with the games. I'm done with the games. Herschel says, he didn't even try to do anything for Black people. Yeah. And here's my thing about Chuck Schumer rolling over. There's nothing we could do. This is Jeffries. That guy, dime store Obama. If you guys notice, he's always using his hand. He's always trying to talk Obama-esque. And what we need to do with the economy is retroactively do what the people want them to do. Sorta. Jeffries, he said, oh my God, there's nothing we could do. We don't have the leverage. The Republicans have all the power. You guys saw exactly what I saw, and I knew they were going to do this. I knew they were going to do it. I knew they were going to cave and kiss the ring, and that's exactly what they did, right? That was your leverage to shut the government down. And if you weren't going to shut the government down, you asked for concessions. He didn't even ask for concessions. He didn't say, well, okay, we don't want the government to shut down, but we want you to stop laying off federal employees. He didn't say that. He went right along with it. The concessions. Well, if you do this, then we need you to give Black people reparations. We need you. I mean, he didn't ask for anything, which to me confirms what I've been saying, and a lot of you guys have been saying, and a lot of the new Black media has been saying. These parties are the same. Because think about it. If the government got shut down, who would that affect? Well, Black people at the bottom, it really wouldn't affect us, right? I have a lot of stocks, so I would have been affected, right? Individually, I would have been hurt because the stocks are affected. All these rich people that got millions of dollars in stocks and all these different companies, they would have been affected. Isn't it funny how these politicians, be it a Republican or a Democrat, they bow to the will of the corporations and their donors. But when it comes to the will of the people, us, who put them in office, they don't give a damn. They're like, and so what? I'm going to go ahead and dance like Jasmine Crockett. Oh, sorry, my tongue is, I was eating some candy. Don't think anything wrong with that. But, they're doing all this stupid stuff, right? Miss Sweet Talk says, good evening, Donovan in chat. Miss Sweet Talk, you guys, please go check out and support Miss Sweet Talks. Fellas, I'm just going to say this, and I mean this in all due respect, Miss Sweet Talk. Sister got those braids in. Fellas, fire. I saw her on the braids, and I was like, sister is... I don't understand how women like that are single. It blows my mind. She looks so good in those braids, fellas. Go check her YouTube channel out. I am not lying. She always looked cute and good, but when she put those Afrocentric braids in, woo, Lord. I was like, God, when was the last time I've been to Wisconsin? So yes. So go check out her website, become a member, subscribe. And you know how we are, fellas. We'll just subscribe just so we could see what's going on, whatever the deal is. So Thunder says, hello, everyone. Thunder's talking to Miss Sweet Talk. And Miss Sweet Talk says facts, 100, 100. Speak on it, Donovan. We talk with it. Yes. And, and like I said, you guys just, we got to support each other. So, just go ahead and hit that Cash App and like button and all that other great stuff. But getting back to Chuck Schumer and the Democrats, I am not shocked. I am not surprised at what they did. He rolled over and he kissed that ring. And then what he said didn't make sense. That was your leverage. You want to avert a shutdown. Okay, Mr. Trump, this is what we want. He didn't ask for nothing. And then, what's really sick is you got these Kool-Aid drinking Democrats that, like I used to be, still making excuses for it. Well, he had to, he didn't want the government to shut down because he wanted everybody to get their paychecks. These Negroes act like the Democrats give a rat's ass if Americans get their Social Security or their VA government paychecks. Like they give a shit. If they really gave a shit, excuse my language, if they really gave a shit, none of this stuff would be happening to begin with. There would have been legislation to protect all of this stuff. Well, your checks are going to be delayed. Okay, they're just delayed. I'm still going to get paid. I don't care. As long as I get paid, it is what it is, right? But they still make excuses for what these politicians are doing. And these are the people complaining of, Donald Trump is so bad, he's so bad, he's so bad, and this, that, and the country's going to hell in a handbasket in 3 months? So it hasn't been going a hell in the handbasket with illegal immigration, money that's bankrupting cities all over this country? That's Trump's fault? Because I remember in his first administration, he closed that border. He was like, nah, you ain't coming over here. And I know we have other issues, that dominate the situation. But how can these Democrat Kool-Aid drinkers say the country is going in the wrong direction in 3 months? Either we were already going into the toilet because of the previous administration, which everybody is acknowledging was a failure. And then we see why it was a failure. Look what the Democrats just did. And then they're going to come to you asking you for your vote. Well, vote for us because, we saved your paychecks for 6 months. For 6 months, and we got to go through this again? I thought Donald Trump was such a threat to the United States. I thought he was a Hitler. I thought slave patrols are going to happen in 2025 and Armageddon, and it's over for Black people because we're headed to the plantation. What happened to all of that? One of my good friends, he calls me after they caved, and he's a hardcore Democrat. And he was livid. He was livid. And I looked, and I'm on the phone with him, and I said, I told you. I am not here to convert people to be, Republicans or Democrats, even though I do believe Black people should be independents, because we should not give our allegiance to one party. We shouldn't do that. This is why they ignore us, because they assume our vote. Oh, we already got that vote. Black people should be independent so that both of these parties have to work to get our votes. It's just that simple. That's what I believe. We should not be Democrats in one complete party. Ms. Sweet Talk says, are we going to receive a rebate check for the alleged government misappropriation of funds? Here's the funny thing, Ms. Sweet Talk. I'm glad you brought that up. That is what the Trump administration is proposing as an idea for all the money that they are finding that the Democrats and Republicans have been using as slush funds and setting up these dummy nonprofits and all this other stuff. And he wants to give that to the American people, right? Donald Trump, Hitler. Guess who's opposed to it? Guess who's opposed to it? The Democrats. They don't want you to have $5,000. See, because if Donald Trump gives you $5,000, what are the chances that you're going to start listening to what the Republicans are saying? Because that $5,000, if that's what it is, that will do more for you in the last 8 years than the Democrats have done in the last 60. So yeah, it's something that he wants to put out there. And what has he got to lose by giving it out? It's our money anyway, right? No, see, the Democrats don't want to give you $5,000, but ask yourself this, Miss Sweets. But they had no problem giving billions of dollars to illegal migrants and housing them and giving them debit cards so they can eat the food of their choice. So the American people, whose money it is anyway, the Democrats are opposed to us getting a little relief. Had one of my Democratic Kool-Aid drinkers tell me, "Well, look at the price of eggs under Donald Trump or whatever." They just throw anything against the wall. And then I asked her, I said, "Yeah, the tariffs that just started, but tariffs don't work that quickly." But I said, "Yeah, the tariffs are going to make prices rise. You're absolutely right, but not that quickly. It doesn't happen overnight." I said, "Do you realize?" Again, all this is happening under the Biden. This was happening under the Biden administration. And I'm gonna write this down so I don't forget it, because I want to ask you guys a serious question. Okay, I want you guys to remember this. The reason eggs are up as high as they are, it isn't just because of the economy. The eggs have almost quadrupled in price. That isn't economically sound. And I know a lot of you guys have taken economics, have gone to college. So go back to your college days. It doesn't work that way. Yes, it is a part of it, and prices will rise as demand, whatever, and they're going to just gouge whatever, that invisible hand, right? But for it to quadruple and whatever it's been doing, $8 for a dozen eggs. Do you guys want to know why the price of eggs are so high? People keep forgetting this, and they're not reporting it in the news. Bird flu. Do you guys realize around the world, the bird flu vaccines, and they're trying to find a vaccine to stop it? Do you guys realize that millions of birds have been destroyed because of bird flu? The strains of bird flu that they're finding, that is helping to bring the prices up, because you don't have enough birds producing eggs because they have to be destroyed because they have strains of bird flu. See, they're not talking about this, and people aren't researching what's really going on. And there's been strains of bird flu, a few of them in human beings and in animals as well. So here in the United States, if a strain of bird flu has infected our chicken industry, which it has, but they don't want to report that. I mean, it's there, but they don't put that on the CBS News. That is the reason why these prices have quadrupled so quickly, because of bird flu. And if you guys don't believe me, Google it. And it's right there. You'll see all the articles right there that will tell you bird flu. They have destroyed millions of birds because they've been affected with bird flu. That is why egg prices, that's part of the reason. And a good part of the reason why egg prices are so damn high, So, yeah. So, real quick, I also want to say this, because in 3 months, Donald Trump has destroyed the country, according to my Kool-Aid drinking Democrats, right? Blue Kool-Aid drinking Democrats. Have you guys, and I got a question for you guys. Remember this great sweeping bill that Joe Biden was so proud of, and the Bidenomics, and he was touting all this great stuff, and then he stopped touting it because the economy was really tanking and he couldn't fix it? Whatever happened to the infrastructure bill? You know, the bill that billions of our tax, trillions, not even billions, trillions of our tax dollars has gone to help rebuild and restructure our infrastructure in this country. Notice they don't talk about that anymore, but billions and trillions of dollars have been allocated to the infrastructure bill. Where is that money? Do you guys see projects in your neighborhood that says, you know, remember when Obama was president, he had the Recovery Act bill, and you know, if they were like repairing the freeway, it would say your tax dollars due to the Recovery Act bill, whatever deal is. I don't see any projects from the infrastructure bill. Where is that money? Well, according to Donald Trump and Doge, they are investigating where that money went. Like I said, I'm not a Donald Trump supporter, but I do support audits of our tax dollars. Why are the Democrats fighting so hard to stop an audit? If there's nothing there, there's nothing there. You keep the honest players playing, right? But nobody's talking about this infrastructure bill and all of this money that was allocated to all of these companies. You remember Donald Trump is talking about the Green Deal scam? That was a part of that. Stacey Abrams, a town of 196 people, and on his way out, her company, her nonprofit was given $2 billion. I'm just asking. But see how my blue drinking Democrats in 3 months say the country is going to hell in a handbasket, but all of this money under the Biden administration is unaccounted for. We don't know where it's going, where it went to, whatever. Zelensky is buying boats and super mansions all over the world. Billions of dollars unaccounted for. An infrastructure bill where billions of dollars was given to corporations and companies, and nothing's been built that I'm aware of. Yes, the nonprofits are the dummy corporations set up by politicians' friends, families, and staff. That's how they legally fund the money. And then remember, Biden came in with a majority. He had the House and the Senate that we gave him, and he stiffed us $600 off of our rebate check, right? He had a supermajority. The Democrats always complain about money in politics, Citizens United, but yet they did nothing to either repeal Citizens United or whatever. And then they have the nerve to look you in the face and say, well, there's good oligarchs. We get our money from the good oligarchs. That's kind of strange. Mark Zuckerberg was working with the Biden administration, and I saw him at the inauguration behind Trump. They remind me of Don King. You guys know Don King, the boxing promoter? He walks in with the champ, and he walks out with the champ, no matter who it is. That was Don King's MO. Thunder says, the only construction I see is the gentrification. They're starting to fix the roads and the sidewalks all of a sudden. Yep, and you might want to check who's doing it. Either is that your state or is that the federal? Because remember, Biden's on the federal level, so it might be your state money that's fixing that. So I always kind of look at the who's doing what. Because if they're fixing the sidewalks, that sounds like a state thing, because the federal government doesn't have any jurisdiction to fix the sidewalks. But money from the federal government does funnel down maybe to your state government. But that's a good question. And Thunder, you could FOIA that information from your city council and your city to see where that money came from. Thunder says, I didn't realize the nonprofits made so much profit. Ms. Sweet says, why was the BLM mural removed? Due to high cost to maintain with city funds. Well, here's why, Ms. Sweet talking, and it's really short and sweet. Mayor Bowser, the female mayor, was told she will remove that mural or she will get no more dollars. Look what it took to make her move the mural. Black lives, it doesn't matter. Black lives don't matter. This is what I'm trying to tell you guys. This was a Democratic mayor. Did she stand on business? No, this is historic. I'm going to stand on it. If we don't get the money, I'm going to find some other way to get the money because there's other funding she could have done, right? You got the CBC. But the point is, where are our politicians that are going to stand on business? Because think about it. It ain't just black people that live in Washington, D.C. There's white people that live there too. So if the funding gets cut off, I think white people get affected too. Asians and everybody else gets affected because the money's not there. But see, we don't have politicians that stand on business. But then again, Black Lives Matter is the biggest scam that ever hit the black community. So is that really something we want to uplift and keep going? But to answer to your question, that was the main reason, because if it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense. In the name of DJ Quick. Yeah, Don King, catch 22. Yeah, Don King, if he walked in with Muhammad Ali and Muhammad Ali lost, he walked out with Leon Spinks. Whoever was the champ is who he's leaving with. He walks in with the champ. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. You know? Miss Sweet Talk says, say what? Wow, thunder. When I saw that photo of President Trump and all the billionaires, it made me think of a new Gilded Age being ushered in. Yeah, and it really was a scary to me. It was surreal because oligarchs usually stayed in the shadows. They didn't want their names out there. They usually operated a chessboard and used pawns, right? Now they have no fear and they're out here in the open. And I keep telling people, read the Communist Manifesto. Keep the people in fear, number one, and they will willingly give up their rights. Then look at history, the French Revolution, the Russian Revolution. What were those revolutions about? Land. The people that worked the land were so damn poor that all they had to eat was the dirt. They had no other choice but to rise up. And then they rose up and they deleted the bourgeoisie. Remember in the French Revolution, the Reign of Terror, and they started cutting off all the rich people's heads? Just doing it. The Cuban Revolution, same thing there. Took the land from the white Cubans, and they're still gone to this very day. Fidel! Viva Fidel! Took the land, kicked them out, imprisoned them, shot them. That's what's actually happening in real time. And I'm not... Could it happen in America? Yes. Yes. That's why I tell my Boule black brothers and sisters, you got to give a dog a bone every now and then. You have to. Because if you don't give the poor help at least enough for to where they're comfortable, they're going to rise up and cut your throat. You know? But these people they're so into greed. Oh, I'm just going to take all. You're going to take all the money? You're going to take all of the healthcare? You're going to do all of these things. You're going to do all of these things to where nobody has anything, to where they have no other choice. They're going to get their guns and they're going to have no other choice. They're going to go in, and you're starting to see it. They're going in stores, just taking stuff. Oakland is a prime example. Just rampant crime, and we're almost there. We are almost there. If Donald Trump cannot get this thing sorted out, and if we don't start getting some moderate on both sides of that aisle, because think about it, there are no moderates in Congress. Either you're a Democrat or you're a Republican. There are no moderates. Now, back in the day, there were moderates from both parties, and that's where you kind of pulled your votes from the moderates, because the hardliners are the hardliners. We don't have that anymore. Miss Sweet Talks to speak on it. 100. Where are the black politicians, lobbyists submitting petitions and bills to Congress for us? None. There are none. No. No, Miss Sweets, that's not going to happen because that affects their coin. But see, what's happening is people are waking up. That's why Cori Bush got bounced. Jamal Bowman got bounced. Well, both of them got bounced because of AIPAC, but the black voters also said, hey, we had enough of this. You haven't done anything for our community. And, we sent you to Congress, but you're doing a Democratic thing. I make a bold prediction here. Jasmine Crockett, that new dude, that veteran, that Army veteran and lawyer that's running against her, she's going to lose. She is going to lose because she is a clown and people see it. She is going to lose. This is how bad it's getting here. The Democrats are just, they stand for nothing. They fight for nothing. They do not deliver. And people are seeing it. There were so many people that called me that were blue Kool-Aid Democrat drinkers that were like, Donovan, I can't believe it. I said, this is what they've been doing for years. Delivering nothing and having all the excuses. All the excuses. Your leverage, the only leverage you had was this. And even if you did vote for it, you didn't ask for anything. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, 100. But all I do is win no matter what. Yeah, Thunder. I heard an old man say, even the most loyal dog will turn around and bite you if you beat on him enough. Yeah, exactly. And what do you think's happening in the black community? I mean, everybody's starting to wake up because it's like, oh my God, this was a no-brainer. The government is going to shut down. Okay. It shuts down. That BS excuse, well, if we shut the government, Chuck Schumer, if we shut the government down, then that would give Trump unilateral authority to pick and choose what gets open piece by piece by piece. And that's true. But so what? So what? Show your base. You're going to stand on business. Almost everything Trump has written by executive order that is contrary to the Constitution has been overturned. A Republican Supreme Court. I'm just saying. But the thing is, his base sees that he is doing what he said he was going to do. Democrats don't do that. They don't do anything at all. Again, no concessions. Miss Sweet Talk says, Jasmine is definitely too ghetto and going to lose. And the thing is, she's not even ghetto. I mean, she's as ghetto as I'm ghetto, right? I went to private school all my high school career. I've been very coddled. I lived in secured housing behind a military base housing, right? Overseas, I lived a very privileged life. She is as much ghetto as I'm ghetto, which means she's not ghetto at all, okay? But that's, and then as educated as she is, I look at that black woman and I'm like, why would this woman let the Democratic Party make her act like that? Because think about it. Who are you appealing to? I don't remember in all my political life, I do not ever remember street folks coming to city council meetings, going to town halls. I don't ever remember that. Now, maybe in an all black community that might happen, but in general, I don't ever recall any street people ever even caring about what's going on in government. See, it's people like us that, speak on it, whatever, and they benefit from our work. Because remember when they were giving out those checks and stuff, look, anytime there's money, everybody's on board, but they don't know how they got it, what the issue was. They don't know anything. They're too busy clubbing. I mean, you can look on Facebook right now, look on YouTube. Donald Trump is the Hitler and it's the end of the world for black people and we're headed to slavery. We just had Mardi Gras in Louisiana, and all I saw was my family members and a bunch of people's family members in New Orleans partying hardy, eating, dancing like there's just nothing's wrong. You mean to tell me they're not aware that Hitler's in the White House? You mean to tell me? I mean, I don't get it. Thunder says, if it gets bad, will they implement austerity measures upon the American people? And if they do, how bad will it get? Venezuela, Haiti. Well, think about it like this, Thunder, and that's a great question. But I got an even greater answer. We're black. We're at the bottom. It can't get no worse. I mean, it could get worse, but when you're at the bottom, okay. I mean, I remember when the recessions were hitting in the 90s and in the early 2000s, black folks didn't even know. They had no clue there was a recession going on because they didn't feel it. They didn't get laid off from their job. They were already unemployed. They didn't. What? It's all right. And see, I'm not saying that's the good thing about being at the bottom of the economic system, but when I say that, I try to tell people there's nothing to panic about being a black person. Now, as an individual, you might have something to lose. Like I said, I have something to lose, right? I've got stocks. I've got things, I'm not like super rich, but I'm just saying I have things to lose, right? But as a whole, and you guys have seen Demetra and I on the show arguing. Demetra, she has her talking points, but I think I'm right. 70% of the black community lives below the poverty line, at the poverty line, or just above it. That's 70% of our community. So what I'm saying is, as somebody who has something to lose, I want to throw that 70% a bone so that if the shit kicks off, I'm with them. You see what I'm saying? I ain't got to worry about them coming for me. Hey, Donovan's always, he's down with us. He's a brother. Yeah, he made sure we get ours. They're not going to come around and sack my house. I'm the brother from the block. You know what I mean? Still holding it down. That's what I'm saying. I want a buffer class between me and, the bad stuff that's going to happen, because there's more of them than there are of us. So the 30% of us that are making it, come on, y'all, do the math. 30%, how long do you think 70%, that's double what the 30% is? How long do you think it's going to take before those hordes of people just come in and take over your house and take your crap and say, there's not enough bullets? You can't rearm fast enough. And us black folks, we know how to get to the good stuff. But that's one of the great things about this. Well, it's not the great thing about this system. This is why I'm fighting to overturn the status quo. The status quo of our system keeps us at the bottom. So whenever I hear some of my friends that are blue drinking, Democrats, they're like, well, Donald Trump is overturning the system and, we got to get back to the status quo, Donovan. We got to get back to the status quo. Negro, are you serious? Are you serious? You want to get back to a status quo that keeps your people at the bottom? Nah, not me. I'd rather overturn the status quo and say to hell with it. I've got nothing to lose. And that's what I'm saying. When you're on the bottom, we've got nothing to lose. We can just sit here all day and be like, oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Yep. They're cutting food stamps. All right. The government knows that people who have no home, no food in their stomach, they're going to do whatever it takes to survive. There's not enough jails built to put the population, even a third of the black population, in lockup. There's not enough. We are the least, how can I say it, burdened with stuff because the white man's taking it all from us. We have no there are no black corporations. We have no businesses. Yeah, we have millionaires, but those people are all part of the boule. Entertainers and sports athletes. They don't give a damn what's happening in the hood. Remember Boys in the Hood? Man, even they don't know, don't show what's happening right here in the hood. I like it in when they did it, Don't Be in a Menace. But yeah, it's sad, but it's true, Miss Sweet Talk. I'm telling you, it's sad, but it's true. We are the least likely to lose anything because we don't have anything. We don't. Single motherhood has destroyed our community to a point to where we can't even protect ourselves. And what I mean by that is, yes, you're a woman and you're a single mother, whatever, but 9 times out of 10, you're anti-gun. You've been brainwashed by the Democratic Party to disarm yourself. Most of our women are more worried about braids and beauty and all this other stuff than the tangibles of protecting a family. You see, the same thing. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of women in the military, my mother being one of them, right? But as a whole, our people don't join the military. Now you have women that are leading these families that can't defend these families. They can't defend them. And Ray Ray and Pookie, oh, you can forget those guys. Those guys are too busy sniffed out. They ain't doing nothing. I mean, if Ray Ray and Pookie and all these Bloods and Crips were so damn powerful, how is it that illegal immigrants could enter into the neighborhood? Explain that to me. Explain that. So we can't even depend on them, So let me get to this thing. Just another Tuesday for us, Thunder says. Just facts. Thunder, don't know about you, but I grew up on beans, rice, and college. No, I grew up on that stuff too, but I was kind of like, if you're a military brat and you go to military school, a lot of people don't know this. Military schools are private. It's funded by the federal government, the taxpayer. So that's a private school. You just can't come on the base, or even if the school is off base and people attend there, it's specific for military children. So it's private. It's a private school. So yeah, Thunder for me, it's just a homecoming. Yeah. Thunder, that reminds me, I need to buy a set of dominoes to pass sometime. Yeah, if you're a black person with all this crap going on, get your Uno cards together, get your dice, get your you got to get you some a bunch of pack of cards and get that big wig game going and spades going. Because again, I mean, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? You've got 41 million people who identify as black. Half of those are FBAs. 20 million people behind the lines. Now, as a military person, let me tell you, when you got 20 million people behind you that might rise up against you, and you're trying to look forward at the people that are in front of you, you got a problem. So it's going to get crazy. Rapper's logical thinker. Ray Ray won't even help you move appliances. Thank you, sister. See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But these Democrats have every excuse in the world why they can't deliver a damn thing. And then you wonder why people like myself and a lot of you guys walked away from the Democratic Party. And then these people, the blue Democrats, they're shocked. I can't believe he did. Oh my God, man, he just rolled over, Oh, so I guess that's Trump's fault too, right? It's Trump's fault that Schumer bent the knee and kissed the ass, right? That's Trump's fault too, since they're blaming everything on Donald Trump. In 3 months, the country's going to hell in a handbasket because of Donald Trump. Even though we know COVID really messed things up around the world. But when Donald Trump was in the first time, the stock markets were so damn high. I was making so much money. But now the country is going to hell in a handbasket because this man has taken office and has been in office for 3 months. We're not even going to even consider 4 years of Bidenomics and all that BS. We don't even consider that. Thunder says, talking to Miss Sweet Talk, your average logical thinker, hit that like button. Your average logical thinker, yep. And Miss Sweet Talks, the ladies of the Black Panther stage strap. Yeah. And like I said, there are some ladies, like my mom, Miss Sweet Talk, your average logical thinker, y'all don't play. See, but we're talking about in general. You guys know what I'm talking about. These feminazis. They talk all that crap, right? Look, you're gonna find out who the real feminists are when the shit hits the fan. When the shit hits the fan, that's when the real feminists are going to show themselves. And guess what? There ain't going to be a lot of them. Where are the men? Oh my God! Oh, this is what are the men? Wait a minute. You said you didn't need us. You said you didn't need us. So good luck. Good luck. You know, the Democrats preach unarm yourself. You know, excuse me. And a lot of our women have fallen into that trap. That's what I'm saying. It's insanity. The Democrats have taught Black people to disarm themselves. Oh, I ain't worried about it. Jaquavius, my son, he gonna protect me. Jaquavius is 6'2", 325 pounds, and he's a video gamer. We're not playing Call of Duty here. We're playing life. So, Miss Sweet Talk, I understand completely, Donovan. Yes, the feminists are going to be looking for protection. Exactly. These women, I don't need no man. And you know, again, I am not coming at the women as if it's their fault. When you are brainwashed, I was brainwashed. It is hard to go against what you were taught. You don't know any different. That's why whenever I talk to young people and they hate their dad and their dad ain't shit, I always ask them, I said, have you ever met your dad? No. So how do you know all this information? My mama said he wasn't nothing. Wow, that's strange. So you got from one side and your mom, wait, let me get this straight. Your mom said your dad and her were together? They were dating? Come to find out, it was a one-night stand at a club. And I'll give you guys an example. Hey, knock on wood, my oldest son, he was told by his mother, oh, yes, me and your dad, we were dating and stuff. And he was under that impression that me and his mom dated. And when, so I'm sitting there talking to him one day, and he was still in high school. And, I'm in and out of the Middle East, so I didn't really see him a lot. Because I didn't want to be bothered. I'm never going to let my children be used as hostages against me. I would rather have her have the child and you deal with it. I'll just pay the money. You just deal with it. So anyway, so we're sitting there talking one day, and he's like, yeah, mom said that, when you guys were together. I said, what? Together? Wait, me and your mom were together? I said, no. Who told you that? Well, grandma told me. No, that's not true. That's not true. I'm not saying your mother was a 304. I'm not saying that. But those of us in the military, your average logical thinker, back me up. You have those all-night discos and, whatever. It was just a thing. And it happened. But me and your mom, we were never together. I'm not going to sit here and perpetrate the lie. I'm not going to do that. And I remember looking at my son, and his eyes were just like, you could see his brain is starting to turn, and he's trying to, piece this thing together. And I said, I don't know why your mother would tell you that, and your grandmother would back that up. And I told him, I said, if you think I'm lying, I said, if people are together, and I know it's the 90s, but still, We're past the disc cameras and the Polaroids, right? I said, if me and your mother were together, show me a picture of your mother and I together, because couples do take pictures together somewhere, somehow, right? Am I right, ladies? We do somewhere along the line. I said, show me one picture of your mother and me together. There is none. There is none. That blew his mind, because he found out that his mother lied to him. And I told him, hey, look, the situation is this. I don't believe most people in the world are wanted to be here. I said, I don't believe that. When people say, I said, there are some people that are planned to be here. But I said, most people in the world are here because it just happened, be it in marriage or out of marriage. It just happened, and then you deal with the situation. And I explained that to him and stuff. But he was just to look on his eyes to see that, like, why did my mom tell me that? And then he tried to disprove what I said. He couldn't find one picture. I'm not saying his mother was a 3 or 4. That isn't what I'm saying. Me and his mother and I, we had a good time while we had a good time. And that was it. Okay. Miss We Talk says the ladies of the blade. Okay, I saw that one already. Facts. This is real life. Thunder says my big mama used to have a full-size 1911 in her handbag. Yep. Now that I think about, not too many people jump on them old ladies back then. Yeah. No, and remember them razors come out of the purse? They were always ready. Yeah, and it really wasn't a one-night stand. Like, we kicked it, but I was too busy. Your average logical thinker could back me up. I was too busy on the road. I mean, I had other girls in other states and countries I had to go visit. Your average logical thinker, yes, I was out there. I had my hoe phase too. You know what I'm saying? I was spreading democracy, like my father and like my grandfather before me. That's what I was doing. All night disco. Yeah, look, Miss Sweet Talk, I'm telling you, them all night discos, that was the business back in the day, man. Then you had soul night on Wednesdays, like, in the middle of the week. Man, we used to get it in. And if you think about it, if you came to all night disco, man, you'd have a whole group surrounding you. And Demetra, she used to go, and kick it and stuff, her and her girls and stuff. I mean, those were the days. And think about it, ladies. If something did happen, like in my situation, a situation did happen, a birth happened, right? What's the worst thing that is going to happen to her? Think about it. Fundamentally, her life did not change other than she had to rear the child and do all that other stuff. Your average logical thinker will back me up. You cannot be in the military and not pay child support. That ain't going to happen. That is not going to happen. You will pay that child support. You will get health care. So the child will get benefits. A lot of the ladies out there, you guys are procreating with guys that are, still making their way in the world. They don't have money to get extra health care and all this other stuff, so, which kind of is crazy to me when I see young girls and I tell them, why aren't you guys going on the base? And your average logical thinker, she's from San Diego. That is a whole Navy Marine area with all the bases down there. I don't understand how girls could be single or whatever down there and not have coverage for their children. Jeez, when the boat goes out, the boyfriends come in. It's crazy. This is why I didn't speak on Dr. Umar and daughter's situation. None of my business. Yeah, your logical thinker. True. I made my kid a picture frame with several pics of his father and I together, and all three of us. I wish that ninja would. Yeah. See, and that's what I'm saying. Couples who are really couples, there are pictures together. Now, my youngest son's mom and I, there are pictures of us together, and he has those pictures. I do think it's kind of crazy that your kids don't see their parent. We know relationships don't work out, but I think it is fundamental to show your children at one time both of you were happy with each other, or you're together. You know what I mean? Even today, when I go to Hampton to visit my son, my youngest son down there, every time I'm there, me and his mom take a picture together, and then all three of us take a picture together. You know, and if you saw us together, you would still think that she and I are still together, but we're like the best of friends. You know what I mean? I usually call her once a month just to check on and catch up and do all that other great stuff. Yeah, I got. You're supposed to be my wingman. Now, come on, you're the wingman. You have logical thinker, using me as an alibi. Well, you could corroborate how the military works, and especially from a female perspective. That even makes it even better when a female co-signs that crap. Yep, Thunder. I forgot about that. They stayed ready and little. Yeah, they had them little razors. The women used to cut you, man. Spreading democracy. Yes, that's what military people do. Have you guys noticed that? When military people, especially in the United States, when we go abroad, we spread democracy and we leave babies all over the place. Remember when the UN went into Haiti? Early 2000s after that earthquake? You guys can even Google it. Look at all of the babies that were left by those European guys that were in Haiti. Some girls were assaulted, essayed down there, and all kinds. I mean, it was bad. So look at the stories on that. And Miss Sweet Talk says the OGs had them in their hair tool gangsta. Yeah. Thunder says back in the day, the ladies were going crazy for those longshoremen. Yeah, if I had a daughter, I would tell her, make sure the dude has some benefits just in case something happens. And then if the guy does have benefits, at least as a father, I could give him some grace to walk amongst men. You know what I mean? Demetra's dad used to tell me all the time, you're not even fit to walk amongst men. As I'm trying to get with Demetra's little sister. He's like, no, I'm not having it. I always use the analogy. Remember in Color Purple, when Mr. came to get Nettie, and the father was like, nah, you can't have Nettie, but you could have this one right here. That's Demetra and I's joke. She was Celia. I want the younger one. Yeah. Yes, talk. Miss Thunder says they keep them in their hair and their hats. Yep. Thunder's so true. A happy and healthy relationship is awesome. Yeah, but unfortunately, feminism has destroyed the Black community. Seriously. I always wonder, why is it in the Black community we take shit to the extreme? It's always extreme. If you've been on my Facebook page, I showed a picture of a beautiful girl had tattoos all over her face. Why do we take this shit so damn extreme? It's just crazy. And she's expecting to be a mother one day or a wife? How? Thunder says, when I was in France and they saw that blue passport, I got a lot of attention. Brother, let me tell you something. And you know this already. When you got this beautiful brown skin and you tell people you're from the United States of America, you don't even have to buy drinks. You know what I mean? They'll buy them for you. You're a logical thinker. I know a merchant mariner I met at Diego Garcia in 2006. He still does it and makes over $250,000 a year. See, that's what I'm talking about. And you didn't hook up with him? I know you're into the looks and how cute he was and all the other guys and stuff. And one thing I could say about women, though, and I love y'all and I love women. I do love women. I love them. I can say when a woman does love a man, she loves a man. I can say that. She loves a man. I was talking to an old girlfriend of mine, and we were talking, and and I was telling her, I said, she's like, Donovan, I loved you. I said, yeah, I know. I said, I knew. Even back then, I said, even when we were in our intimate moments, I said, I said, I could tell the difference between just doing the act and making love. And she, back in the day, you know what I mean? Japanese women want Black men to come over, yeah, and send the Navy and airmen. Yep. I'm going to tell you guys this, and I might be biased about it growing up there, but some of the best looking babies I have ever seen, the best mix I've ever seen is Black and Asian. That is the best mix I have ever seen. I have a friend right now. To me, she is the most beautiful girl in the world. She's Black and Korean, has Korean features, Black skin, Black body, and she knows she looks good. She knows she looks good. But here's the kicker to that. She's single. I don't know if it, because she knows she looks good, and she's a Muslim, and she follows Islam. I don't know if it's because she knows she looks good, but I'm talking about Asian face, dark skin, not dark skin, but brown skin, and just a sister's body, natural. But to me, I think those are the prettiest babies when they have those Asian eyes and whatever. Thunder says, my family members and friends say if you're a brother, go to Germany. They be choosing. When I was in Germany, Thunder, the Fräuleins, I didn't have to buy a beer. They were trying to get me drunk. And I was like, wait a minute, what's going on? Hold on. No, I don't want anymore. I don't want to drink anymore. No, I'm good. And back in my day, in the old SAC, TAC, MAC days, I remember we would fly into Rhine, Maine, and they'd have their little overnight bags waiting for us to sign them in to the gate to go to the club. Woo! The stories I can tell. And then me being a military kid, I can tell you even stories even back farther than that, the stuff that I saw. Facts, not feelings, says Black women have been taught not to respect Black men. That's why many will think it's normal to have face tattoos and crazy stuff like that. Yeah, and it's so sad, but we've got to work on getting that back because these young girls they're on the wrong path. Good example, Vivica Fox. That woman was gorgeous, but isn't it funny how she actually became what Kevin Samuels was talking about? And now, ladies, don't get me wrong, I don't understand why a 60-year-old woman would need a BBL now. I can understand if she was a little younger, maybe in her 40s or something like that. But to get a BBL now, what kind of man are you going to attract? You might get some young dude that wants to just pop it and go, but you're going to get attention, and then I think hers is botched. Those little stick legs and stuff. It just doesn't, she didn't need to do that. She was fine the way she was. And see, that's what I'm saying. Instead of our older women correcting the younger women, they're not saying anything at all. And these girls are making big mistakes with their children, with themselves. We should prioritize marriage. And I don't mean marriage in the form of maybe paperwork, but togetherness, partnerships and stuff. I'm 55 years old. I'll be 55 this year. I don't want to be by myself. I don't. You're not supposed to grow old by yourself. Why would I put that burden on my children? And I got sons, so I know I'm on my own. If I had daughters, I'd probably have a chance. But I got sons. They're not going to take care of dad. But why would I put that burden on my children? I should have a wife and she should take care of me and I should take care of her in our older age. When do we stop partying? You know what I'm saying? When do we stop city guying, city girling it? I'm looking at people that are my age that are it just doesn't make sense to me. Like I said, I like going out. I don't like to go to clubs. Number one, the music, that thump, 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 gives me a headache. And at my age, by 8 o'clock, I'm usually in the bed by 8 o'clock. I didn't say I'm asleep. I'm in the bed. I'm reading or I'm watching YouTube or I'm doing something. That's my Fridays and Saturdays. Remember when you were younger, Fridays and Saturdays, you got stuff in the car, you're ready to go. I just want to sit and chill. I want to, sit with my lady and, just talk about things and say, hey, what's going on? If we go out to get something to eat, that might be the highlight of our weekend. Hey, let's go to this restaurant. Okay. And that's why I hate the South. Every time I go down there, all they do is eat. I'll come out of like Waffle House. A couple hours pass. Hey, man, let's go get something to eat. Didn't we just get something to eat? And that's all they do. They go to the restaurant there's a new restaurant opening up. I can't do it. And in my family, the men, we have hip problems. our hips, like we're shaped like an egg. Like, we're small head and our bodies go woo like an egg at the bottom. And we got these like hips. So your logical thinker says this should tell you something, Donovan, if she is single. Look at what is out here, real talk, 100%. Women value peace just like me. Yeah, and it's sad when I see all these single women out here, and a lot of them are bitter, and it's just sad. Nobody wants to go through all of that walls, and I ain't doing all that. I'll go to the DR before I do all that. I'll go to Thailand or something. Less resistance, right? 1970 says, I started waking up to their BS by that second term of Obama. I'm done with them. Yeah, I was the same way. I was done. Donovan, Thunderstood Donovan, this one is for you. Yeah. Is that Bapst? I like, you got to have Heineken. All the brothers, I don't know what it is. What is it with the brothers drinking the Heinekens all the time if it's going to be a beer? I know Pacifico, a lot of brothers are drinking that now. So Miss Week Talk, BBL at 60 years old. It just doesn't make sense, man. This woman was a fox when she was with 50 Cent. I mean, that was when she was at her peak. Now you look at her, she even has the grandma voice now, that like scratchy kind of, tonish voice. It's like, oh my God. Darius Harris, greetings and blessings to you, bro Saadiq, and the chat room family. Welcome, welcome. Thinker says, I'm saving up for Shady Pines because I know my son ain't going to take care of me. Laugh out. Maybe his wife will have mercy on me. Well, here's the thing. You have a son. You will be taken care of. My mother doesn't really need my brother and I to take care of her. Federal retirement, Army retirement. She's a widow. My mom is taken care of. Put it like this. When Katrina happened, my mom was working at Stennis Space Center, and they went into the, what do you call that, where they lock the thing down on federal facilities, whatever the safe room is, right? Didn't know where my mom was at for like 5 or 6 days. Wasn't answering the phone. I guess the towers were down and stuff. So I went to my mom and I said, look, Mom, I'm getting you this phone. I don't want no damn bill, blah, 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 right? My mom was adamant about not, getting, a cell phone and, things like that. I said, Mom, I'm getting you this phone and you're going to have the phone and that's it. Because she's a single woman, right? My mom has never paid a phone bill since forever. Whatever my mom needs, I might not be there physically, but whatever she needs financially, I will get it to her. And you know what's crazy about my mom? Your average logical thinker, and it pisses me off. She has not applied for her VA benefits. She tried one time and they insulted her. And so she never went back. And I look at my mom and I'm like, oh my God, Mom, that's money on the table. Money on the table. I don't care. They ain't gonna be talking to me like that. Sergeant First Class, Army. She's been retired. My mom's 73. She's been retired for at least 13 years. Money on the table, just letting it sit there. I even tell her, Mom, that's your thrift. There's your casino money. There's your thrift store money. There's your Muttley money, her dog and stuff. I said, can't tell her nothing. But it is what it is, I'm a low sleep comedian. Well, I have been known to say a few things. You know what it is? A lot of people say that. I'm sarcastic. I'm politically sarcastic in the way that I say things, and people to be like, is this dude serious? Thunder says, I realize that the last family funeral, my position has changed. I'm part of the elders, not elder, but getting there. I'm on a new space. I'm not frontline now. I'm dispatching in command. Yeah. In my family, we're next up. Everybody, when my grandfather died, his brother died like 6 months later. They were 100 years old, right? So that whole level is gone now. So now it's my mom's generation, and they're in their 70s. So a lot of them are still in their 60s. And of course, remember back in the day, I have 2 uncles on my mom's side that are 3 days older than me. I got an uncle on my dad's side that's a year younger than me. And I got an uncle that's a year older than me. I mean, again, when you're on the bottom, ain't nothing else to do. So Darius says, fam, let's us all do better in the way that we treat each other and the honorable and righteous godly things that we stand 10 toes down for, unshakable and removable. Peace and God bless you all. Yeah, well, see, here's the thing, Darius. We have to. At this point, we have no choice. If we like it or not, we have to come together because the Democrats ain't solving our problems. We know damn sure the Republicans ain't going to do it. We have no choice now. It's all or it's nothing because all these other groups are against us. Here in California, the Hispanics don't want us to get reparations. The Asians don't want us to get reparations. They have a coalition. We're out here by ourselves. This is it. We are forced to survive now. You know, Thunder says in Germany they say Prost instead of cheers. Yeah, Prost. I was down there for Oktoberfest one year, but the fun thing, I was a young airman, and so they made me go to the flight line, and I had to stay with the airplane at the flight line while they went down and got their drink on. I'm enjoying a Guinness Stout at the moment. I know that just tastes good. Don't you hate it when you come home and that last beer isn't there that you left it, that you were dreaming about all day, and then somebody took it or somebody came by and you offered something to them. Yeah, you're a logical thinker. Yeah, there was no contact from my mom for 6 days because the towers went down and they were in a bunker, a locked up bunker, so they had no communication. So until it was over, So yeah, you got a son, you're going to be taken care of. Trust me. Think about it. All these simp dudes running around here, what's the first thing that they do? They get a pro contract. I'm going to buy my mama a house. Simps. They don't say nothing about their dad. Nothing about their dad, which is most likely where they get their genetics from. Their physical genetics. I know there's some women that can ball. Like I said, Cheryl Miller, she's a baller. But I'm going to get my mama. They never get their dad anything. Dad is just like, okay, dad, who gives a damn, So, yeah. Look, I need you to call my mom and kind of talk her into something because she just won't do it. So, Miss Sweet Talk, get authorization and sign up for her, Donovan. Well, I could do that, but see, the problem is this. My mom signed up, but the problem is the physicals and what they ask her. And I guess, I don't know what it is, maybe because I'm a guy, but I think the questions that you women are asked are a little bit more invasive than men. Like, I've heard stories where women are asked things like, how many guys have you slept with? I don't know why that question would come up, but maybe because you guys' genetics or whatever, because as a man, I've never heard a doctor ever ask me stuff like that. Like, how many women have you slept with? No, but I guess because you guys are women and, you're receivers and, stuff going in your body maybe or something like that. I don't know how that works, but my mom is old school and you don't ask a lady things like that. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that's what they asked her, but I'm just saying I could see where my mom would be like, fuck no, you ain't asking me no bullshit and disrespecting me. So, yeah. You're out lots of things. Says, what y'all know about the Red Horse? Best beer ever. No, you guys want to hear some good beer and it's good for ladies? Go to South Africa and try Flying Fish. When Demetra and I were down there, I stayed on that thing. I put it in my vein because it's a sweet beer. Oh my God, it was so good. It was so good. Thunder says, Mike Nice, what's up? Yeah, Mike Nice, welcome on a Saturday evening. Miss Sweet Talks, I'm enjoying some pink Moscato. All right. Whew, and in those braids too. And it's cold right now, probably up there. Man, got the fireplace going. If I was 20 years younger, Miss Sweet Talks, I'd have to shoot my shot. I'd have to shoot my shot. Thunder, you're a logical thinker. Have you been to the Philippines? If so, how did you like I hate that word. Tanduay. I've been to the Philippines. I went to the Philippines in the 80s, and I was there when they closed the bases. So that was my last time there. Yeah, Miss Sweet Talk says my son definitely got my back, but spoke on helping his father a house first. Yeah, yep. And that's another thing. I see so many women that put so much vitriol in their children against the father. The father has an estate that the child is entitled to, no matter how many kids he has, and they don't foster a relationship. And I don't blame the fathers. If you don't have a relationship with your child, why would you leave them anything? And then that bitter child comes in and creates all of this damn mess, you know? And I just don't understand why women do that, and they poison the mind of the child. If the father is really that bad, the child is going to know. The child's going to know. The one thing about my boys, I can say this: they know I mean what I say, and I say what I mean. And I told them, I don't give a damn what you think about me. If I was so bad, do better for your children. But the life that I gave you was the life that was given to me. So I can only teach you what I was taught. And I wasn't one of those fathers that was like, yeah, son, I love you guys. I'm here for you every day. And I don't have a job. And I'm just working at Walmart. And I'm not saying working at Walmart's not a bad thing, but I'm not being everything that I could be. And I remember I told my oldest son, when you open that refrigerator and the food that was in there, I paid for that. When those little vacations you and your mom went on with your stepdad, I paid for that. The clothes on your back, I paid for that. And it's funny how women, and the kids shouldn't know certain things, but when I'm paying $1,600 a month for one child, and she's getting default judgments against me because I'm in the Middle East, and I didn't contest it. I just went ahead and paid it because I didn't want the problems. And you're gonna run the father down. They've got some evil women out here, and I know this woman loved me, but the fact of the matter is, that isn't how you're going to get a man, by being vicious like that. That's just not going to happen. You have lots of Korea. Yep, Korea. Yeah, Soul Train. I don't know if Soul Train was there when you were in Korea, but outside of Osan Air Base, if you go down, you go out the gate, and then you would make a right, three streets down, and you make a right, and there was Soul Train, and we would go over there and party down. Anyway, that was back in the day. Thunder says, I've been through the Caribbean, the Mediterranean, and parts of Europe, West and East. Yes, man. Yes. And see those memories? You always have them. Yeah. You have, I think, says 20 years younger. Yeah, if I was 20 years younger, look, I'm an old man now, but when I was younger, you're a logical thinker. Come on now. I'm in the flight suit. I'm walking, looking good. Got my little curly top at the top here, looking good. I was sharp. Got my little lieutenant bars on. I was unstoppable. But the thing was, when I wasn't flying, though, I always wore my camis or my ACUs or whatever. And but we had those guys that they get their wings and they couldn't get out of that flight suit. They couldn't get out of that flight suit. You see them at the club, they're in the flight suit. You see them downtown, they're in the flight suit. I'm just say. And I'd be at the locker. I'd always keep my flight suits in the locker, and I would always change. Even if I went up in the afternoon and I came back down, I would always change into my ACUs or whatever and just kept it like that. Let's see, Miss Sweet Talk. Good fathers matter, yeah. And really there are a lot of good fathers out there. There really are. And then what kills me is for women to give their children to the father, and it's a better situation for the kids. That is, to me, one of the greatest sacrifices a mother could do. And I've seen women do that. Unfortunately, a lot of women hold on to children for the check. As a matter of fact, there was some girl on YouTube. I don't know if it was on the Emancipation Channel, I think, covered it or something, where the woman was saying that she keeps the kids, for her lifestyle. It manages her lifestyle. The child support is for her lifestyle. Yeah, she does this and does that, and she's married to some other dude, and he's like, why do you need the guy's money? Blah, blah, blah. She's like, well, to go on trips, to do this. It made no sense. Say that again, Donovan. Continue. Damn, that was bars, Donovan. If I was bad, be better than me. Damn, that hit hard. Yeah, no, I had to tell him that, because these kids get brainwashed like anybody. I know I got a lot of grays, guy. I'm looking at myself and I'm like, damn, I'm gray. It's all down here and over here too. But anyway, I see the kids get brainwashed so badly, and they make the fathers seem like we're just lower than snail shit. Okay. And I just told my son, this is my oldest, right? Because he was already lied to. And what kills me is I was proven right that his mother and his mother's people were lying to him. He knows they were lying to him. He still gives his mother all the grace in the world, right? So dad was telling the truth. So there's really nothing else I could tell him as a man to man. We can't get those years back. Those years are gone. And I'm not one of those dads that bow down to my children. That is not gonna, I'm kind of old school. I refuse to bow down to my children. I don't call my children unless I, really have to call them, talk about something that's important. My kids call me. I'm the parent. I'm here if you need me. I'm not going to call you just to chop it up. I don't do that. That's how I run my thing. I'm old school, right? But I told them, okay, you can believe what you want, whatever the deal is. But if you think I'm so terrible, you just make sure you do better than me with your children. Because as we find out, right, raising kids ain't easy. And you ladies already know that. You ladies already know. I give you guys all the raising kids ain't easy. And being a black man out here in this world, dealing with these modern women, that ain't easy either. It's just not easy. And, hopefully he took that in stride, because when he does have children, then he's going to put himself in my shoes. And God forbid he gets one of these modern women that's going to run him through the ringer worse than what happened to me with his mother. Then he's going to understand. I'm not one of these dads that want to coddle my children. I don't do that. You're a grown ass man. Act like one. How are you going to be a grown man and you want to be a child? No. That's why you fellas, since I was a victim of the child support system, everybody needs to be a victim of the child support system that put themselves in that position. Yes, pay your damn child support. Miss Sweet Talk says, please don't turn children against their fathers. Yeah, the children will find out on their own. Charlie Kirk broke Gavin Newsom. Gavin bowing down now. Oh my God. Have you seen these Democrats? And let's get back to the Democrat thing. Have you seen these Democrats sounding like Republicans? You're going to be Steve Bannon on your show and you didn't push back against him when he said that he won the 2020 election? Politics is about money and power, you guys. They don't give a damn about us. I wish more people would start understanding that. They don't care. And the only thing they understand is that vote. And even though they're trying to suppress the vote, as long as we still have it, we got to show these people, you ain't going to stay in those seats all day, every day, and not deliver for us. That's why Jasmine Crockett, she's going to be gone in this next election. Facts, not feelings. Nah, Donovan. Thunder. That's the way my old man was when I was growing up. I guess I was coming by too much. A commercial came on and he leaned over and said, son, I don't need help watching my TV. Well, that was my clue. Yeah, old school. Old school. Dad's not going to help you do nothing. You know, you need to do something. If he wants to sit, no, he's not going to help you do nothing. I don't believe in abolishing child support, but I do believe in, I'll give you an example. In the Dominican Republic, right? A lot of brothers go over there. Let's say, hypothetically, I have a baby over there. Hypothetically, I have a baby over there, right? Let's just say, if that girl takes me to child support and they say, you owe $1,000 is the child support number, right? Their court system says, okay, 500 for you, 500 for you. Now, the mother of my child probably comes from poor. That's a lot of money in Dominican, money. That's a lot of money for them to come up $5 a month. There's a lot of poverty there, right? If that woman ever tried to take me to court to get more money, they're going to look at her and say, okay, he has all his receipts. Where are your receipts? Thus, if you ever go to the Dominican Republic and to a lot of these countries, and you see these Eurasian babies, these Amera babies, all these mixed babies, and the fathers are nowhere to be around, it's because the laws are set up like that towards 50-50 and it's fair. The woman is less likely to complain, like if I'm sending her 500, she's content with the 500 because she ain't got a job and she ain't doing her part. So she can't come to me and say, I want more money, blah, 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 blah. It ain't going to happen. But no, here, like I said, and I think that's by design, the way the child support system is, because it also hurts the Black community even more. It keeps Black men and women fighting against each other, So I do believe a man should take care of his children. Because ladies, that it's your child, but it's the man's child. That's why the children usually has his name. You guys are just the soil that we put the seed in, but those are our children. And collectively, it's ours, but those are our children. Like when the children act up, come get your kids. Yeah, those are my kids. Yeah, absolutely. Facts, not feelings. When men stop dating or having relationships with women who collected child support, women will think twice before they put their man in child support instead of working it out with the guy. Well, you know what? Facts, not feelings. Winter is here for a lot of these women. If Trump reorganizes the Section 8 and the child support system and, all the stuff that he wants to do, it's over. It's over. These women, and I was talking to a friend of mine about this. We act like we don't see all these 19, 20, 23, 24-year-old girls on the blade 4 blocks down. We act like it doesn't exist. These are all these girls over here selling coochie, and we act like we don't see it. This is how bad it has gotten for a lot of these girls. And if you listen to these young girls when they're talking, what are they talking about? I'm a bad bitch. I got my nails done. There was a girl on YouTube the other day, Phil Scott podcast. You guys go check it out. She was talking about she's a 304, and she was proud of it. She's a 304, and being a 304 got her a Mercedes Benz or something like that, and she's getting another and 2 phones. This is the mentality of our young women, and our older women are not correcting this behavior. They're not. They're not correcting the females or the males. You're going to let Ray run around here and make all kinds of babies in the community, and grandma just happy to be a grandma because that'll keep her in Section 8 a little bit longer. My mom said she wishes I would have brought a bunch of babies down here. And here's the thing. Everybody thought I would be the guy having a bunch of babies. My brother has 2 boys and he has 2 girls. I only have 2 boys. I would like to have a big family, but I don't because I can't afford it. And I'm too selfish. I want things, and I'm not like into labels or nothing, but I want a lot of things. But, you know, male and female, we're not correcting these kids, and they're making worse mistakes than we did. I mean, until this very day, you have girls that have been told, leave Ray Ray and Pookie alone, but they still go after Ray Ray and Pookie and have children for them. And then their mind is so warped that they think I'm 50 years old and I could compete with a 20-year-old. They think, I mean, don't get me wrong, ladies. There are some women that still look great in their old age. Sade is one of them. No surgery. You can tell she's kind of natural, but she's mixed, you know, whatever. Demetra, she does pretty good. I mean, actually, Demetra looks better older than she did when she was younger. And when I say that, I'm saying Demetra was heavier girl when she was younger. Same face and everything, but she was heavier. So as she got older, got serious about her thing, she slimmed up, which makes her look a lot better. But these girls, I mean, they're proud to be 304s. And then now the strip clubs ain't making any money because of the OnlyFans. Winter is here for these women. Winter is here. Yeah, that 50-50, they want that 50-50 now. They want that 50-50 now. Miss Sweet Talk says, child support should be designed for divorced couples. It will slow down some of these babies being born into poverty. Well, yeah, I agree with that. But again, it kind of, our laws incentivize women to have children out of wedlock. If we had a law that said, like you said, if you're not married, maybe we'll give you initial, maybe a year or two of support. Then after that, you're on your own. They've got to cut it off some way, somehow. Thunder, we have to try and be more self-reliant, get what you need to make it in an emergency. Yeah. Remember, I think of like 10 years ago, the average American had $300 in savings. That was the average American. Now they don't have anything. That's how bad it's gotten. And yet we still vote for them Democrats. They're going to do something. Watch. You just wait. But they can give all of this money to all these illegal people and everything. And the very people who are funding all of this, we can't get anything. So let me get down to here, and I'm getting out of here, you guys. Old Benny is being good. I ran him today, so he's out. Let's see what else you guys got going on. Yeah, Miss Sweet Talk says the new black media is doing wonders, 100%, including the Demetra K. Show and Donovan. We are trying, and again, midterms are coming up, you guys. This is why we keep talking about this and keep everybody's mind in the know. It's not over. The Democrats don't give a damn about you. I mean, they're in your face now saying, we ain't doing nothing. Sorry. Oh, well, reelect us. When they start losing seats in this midterm, maybe then they will realize this is some serious shit now. This is some serious stuff. Facts, not feelings. If she put him on child support, she will, but you on child support, given the first opportunity. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Dimitri K. showing down. Yeah. Star Child says, I never got child support on my kid's father. I never talked bad about him. I let my sons find out the real him for themselves. Yeah. And some guys, ladies, we're immature when we initially start. Because remember, having your first baby, it is a shock to a lot of people because we're still kids, right? And I've seen a lot of guys figure it out, and they become great dads. Great dads. And if the dad is a shitbird as a father, poisoning those kids' minds, especially the daughters, that father might be a great grandfather because he knew he didn't really do for his children. But now that he's older and wiser and he's slowed down, I've seen so many dudes that were absentee fathers. They love their grandchildren. They spoil their grandchildren. And that's when I talk to my nieces and stuff, because, my brother was no nonsense with them, maybe a little harder than he needed to be. But I told them, I said, you know what? Don't stand in judgment of your father. Don't stand in judgment of your father. I said, he is who he is. And he's going to be he is a great grandfather. I mean, he's really a good grandfather. He loves his grandkids and stuff like that. I don't have any grandkids yet. So, but I'm not going to be that type of grandfather. I already know me. People say, oh no, you're going to change when you have grandkids. I won't. I won't. I am too selfish into myself, because the way I feel about it is I've done my job. I've been through the fire. I've raised my kids. No, I have sons. Figure it out. I am not here to write you a check and say, here's $1,000. I had no father to do that for me. I worked 2 jobs, the military and a part-time job, doing what I had to do. And I think it made me a better person. But I'm not going to bail my sons out when they have all of this opportunity that I didn't have. And I think a lot of parents make that mistake by making it even easier for their children to bring more children into the world and make more mistakes. And then you cover up those mistakes. Star Child says, my son says these women are using social media as a tool for dating instructions. It's bad out here for good guys. Yeah, it's terrible. Now, I'm an older guy. If you think it's bad, the Vivica Fox just got a BBL. This is the woman, I don't need no man and whatever. And now here she is taking application and desperate for a man. She's desperate for a man. But she was the one, women stand on it. We boss girls out here and all this other stuff. Kevin Samuels. Happy birthday, man. Happy birthday. Even Kendra G changed her tune after she got roasted off that Tamron Hall show and stuff like that. Oh, characters, all that should matter, ladies. Of course characters should matter. If a guy's out here being a street pharmacist, you got to question his character. Eventually, he's going to go to jail. But those guys that are working at Target or at the airport, throwing bags on an airplane, or in the military, nobody wants to give those guys a chance. Character should always be the thing. Men too, we should look at character, but of course our programming is what we see. We like what we see, right? Facts Not Feeling. Some women have 3 kids by different fathers and put all 3 of them on child support at $600 a month. That's $1,800. If she is getting Section 8, she does not have to work. Yeah, Trump's going to stop all of that. Trump is going to stop all of that. Remember, down in Florida, they got rid of forever alimony. So, we need to get back to common sense laws. Ladies, please explain this to me. Why is it's an outrage that Mary J. Blige has to pay the money to her ex who cheated on her? That's outrageous that a grown man has to, get money from his ex. Well, she's making more money, so that's the way the laws are written. But I'm with you guys. It's ridiculous. It should be fair. Hey, you cheated on her, so guess what? You get 0. Have a nice day, Miss Blige. No, a woman right now, she could be married to me, have a baby by somebody else, and because we're married under law, it's assumed that I'm the father, and then I only have, like in some states, 30 to 60 days to contest it, right? And if I don't contest it, I'm the legal father forever. But now I know we got DNA and stuff. But again, ladies, why don't we have mandatory DNA so we don't even have to get to that stage? We could find out who the fathers are right from the beginning. But there are so many women that are against that. When it is proven in the United States, 1/3 of all births, the father's not the father. So why wouldn't we want to know and have mandatory DNA testing? Because there are women out here in these streets, just like the dudes. But see, here's the difference. And I tell my nieces this all the time. You cannot do what a man does, and a man can't do what you do. Total different outcomes. Total different outcomes. At the end of the day, ladies, you guys are the ones that will end up with the baby. I won't end up with the baby. Totally different outcomes. But see, these women think, oh, we can do what a man does. No, you can't. You can't. Eventually, you guys will get caught up. Kevin Samuels did say, this is Thunder, did say the day of Big Mama's house will return. The Godfather said it will get so hard out here, they will have to pile up at Big Mama's house just to make it. And that's what's happening. Yeah. Europe does 50-50 for child support payments. Yeah, most modern countries do 50-50, not in the United States. Daryl Jinks says in Canada, the more kids you have, the more child tax credits you get. Some people have 5 kids making $6,000 every month. Yeah, but see, Canada has a population problem, so that's an incentive to increase their population. When I was stationed in Alaska, we had heard about that down there too. So yeah, Miss Sweet Talk, Papa Donovan. I'd be like, "Hi kids, how you doing? Yay!" Because I'm a great uncle. I mean, I love I was that fun uncle, but. Oh, hey, how y'all doing? Grandpa's got to go. Don't drop your kids over here. I don't care if you're going to go to the store around the corner to get the kids McDonald's. Take the kids with you. Do not leave those kids here. I'm just not with it. I just can't do it. Yeah, Vivica Fox was married to this guy named 6ix9ine, and that didn't work out. And again, Dawn Robinson, beautiful woman. Look at these women that are they would rather choose homelessness. I don't know, fellas. I don't have the answer. I don't. Miss Sweet Talk, single. Your average logical thinker, single. What is going on out here? And fellas, go to Miss Sweet Talk's channel. I'm telling you, look at her in those braids, man. I'm telling you. Lord have mercy. You guys would throw a proposal up right now. Go to her page, subscribe, become a member. You would propose right now. So, one who cares. Hey, how you doing? I'm about to get out of here. Thunder says when we got grown, he was like tech support. You call him when you can't figure something out or need advice. His favorite phrase was, I can't tell you what to do, but I can tell you what not to do. Yeah, exactly. Miss Sweet Talk, that's what happens when the woman is the breadwinner. Yeah, and that's another thing, ladies. Only in the Black community does a woman think because she has a certain education or she makes a certain amount of money, she's supposed to be the boss. I wish a woman would try that in my house. I don't give a damn how much you make. I'm the man up in here. And that's ordained by God. And I'm not saying it's a dictatorship. That ain't what I'm saying, ladies. I'm just saying my role is my role. I could be collecting cans. I'm still a man at the end of the day. Right? Star Child says Tiana Taylor's husband cheated on her. They had a prenup and he broke the contract by cheating and she took it all. Yeah. See, that's the price you pay. Look, if I had a prenup like that, well, in all my relationships, I never left them. They left me. So, and it wasn't because I was a bad guy or a bad provider. It was because they thought they could do better or, whatever they thought their situation was. Then they come to find out that wasn't the situation. Then they want to come back. They want to spin the block, as they say on the streets, right? And I'm like, hell no. If I wasn't good enough for you then, I definitely ain't good enough for you now. Like one of my exes is always like, oh, can I go on a trip with you? I see you're always traveling and going places. No. You could have had all of that, all of it, but you didn't want it because you were thinking for now. I think strategically. I'm a strategic thinker. I think down the road. That's why you see me collecting comic books and things. I think down the road, but a lot of people, they just live for today, they'd rather choose homelessness, What will Thunder says question? What will it take for more women to become traditional wives? This is going to be an unpopular answer. Demetra's not here, so here's my answer: government subsidies be cut off. Because remember, before all of this civil rights bullshit was happening, there really wasn't that much of a safety net. And so women, I'm not saying they were stuck, but in 1950, your husband was your husband and you just had to deal with it. You know what I mean? But for the modern woman today, you cut off those government subsidies, you're going to see marriages go up, more stuff go up. Even right now, California, a 1-bedroom apartment in the hood in Beirut, you're looking at almost $3,000. A 1-bedroom. Think about it, ladies. Think about that. Who's making that kind of money coming out of high school? The strip clubs now ain't making no money. It's getting bad out here, y'all. It's getting bad out here. You know, we're used to seeing homeless men, but now we're seeing an epidemic of all these homeless women, and they're young. It ain't like they're in their 50s. These girls are in their 20s, and they're strung out, they're stank, they're tattooed all over the fucking place. How do you even look at a woman like that and think you're going to marry her and she's going to represent you? Maybe a simp might, you know, catch you up, but I don't know. Star Child says, I'm single. I've made peace with it. Yeah, you know, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying everybody has to be paired up. Some people are good with it. Yeah, like I said, my mom is a widow and she's by herself and she's got her little ratty dog and cats, and she, you know, she does her little thing, and she, you know, she's living a, you know, how she wants to live, you know. So, you know, again, you know, it some people can make peace with it, you know, but man is not meant to live alone. That's the whole premise of the Bible. We're not meant to live alone. And, you know, and when I say to be together, I'm not necessarily saying, like, when you're my age, I wouldn't really tell somebody to get married at my age. If it happens for them, great. Okay, great. But for a man, the laws are so against us. It would be stupid for you to get married 2 years later, the woman divorces you and she gets half your assets, you know? So I would just Star Child. I'm very sure, you know, you have friends, you know, that you hang out with and maybe go to dinner with and stuff like that. Yeah, to do stuff like that. It's okay to be single, but you know, when I hear these girls that are, you know, young girls that got 3 children and they've never been married, I'm like, what? Huh? You've got girls now that don't even go to the prom. They don't even know what a winter ball is. They don't know how to act like being a lady. They don't, because they take all this shit out of the schools. You know? They go to the kids don't even go to dances anymore. They don't have any social skills whatsoever. You could never catch me at home when I was in high school. Never. The school dances, the winter ball, homecoming. Oh my God, I had my Letterman's jacket. I was the man, you know, at least I thought I was. You know, these kids, I'm looking at these young girls and I'm thinking, well, why haven't you gone to the prom? I went to the prom all 4 years. All 4 years. These kids, they don't even go. You know, that's a once in a lifetime thing. Now, if you join the military, you might be able to go to a military ball or something like that and get experience. But if you had gone to the prom, you would kind of know the pomp and circumstance of how to act, you know? But then again, you look at these girls that go to these super formal things and they're sleeved up and tattooed and it looks terrible. They got all this stuff over here and it's like, yikes. You know? Yeah, they always want you back in the end when they find out the grass is not green. A thunder. We live in the age of dial a man, push a button, need food, push a button, need security, push a button. A man shows up. Yeah. It's very sad. Mike Nice, I'm well, thanks. You know, keep talking to Honer. I'm blessed. You're a logical thinker. All the male hanging, at the mall hanging out, etc. Now they're in the house being trolls online. Yeah, I remember just getting out and you got your little book, your little black book to get numbers in case you get any numbers and stuff. Well, that was back in the prehistoric days. But yeah, Darius Harris says, no negatory. Iman Shumpert did not cheat on Tiana Taylor. Said this herself. So someone here needs to stop lying. I'm just saying, bro. But my thing with these celebrities, I don't really give a damn. Michael said, Donovan, did you play football in school? No, hell no. I was too cute and too skinny to play football. They would have broke me in half. I was a basketball player and a wrestler. So that's what I did overseas. Thunder, Miss Sweet Talk. So you guys are talking. Sweet Talk doing okay. Thank you. Okay, got it. But yeah, so again, you guys go check out Miss Sweet Talk and shoot your shot over there and see how it goes. Your average logical thinker, shoot your shot over there. She's another one from San Diego, California. So, you know, she's a West Coast girl, you know, do your thing. But it has been great. Sum this up. God, 2 hours. I only wanted to be on here half an hour, but I started talking. You guys start talking with me. I was a point guard. I was too small, man. When I graduated high school, you guys, I know you guys won't believe this. I was 5'5" when I graduated high school. 17 years old, I joined the military. And in that time, I was 17. And my mom's family, they're all late bloomers. So they bloom late. My mom said she didn't get her first period until she was 17. She had my brother and I when she was 19. So I grew like 5 inches in my time that I left high school in the military. Hey, Empress Shirley Lara. Okay, Donovan, I found you over here. Yeah, I'm over here. Yeah. Star Chat, I was a point guard in high school. You know, and I love when sisters are athletic. Oh, God. Y'all are just, and those sisters are active, and you guys, especially like if you guys are running track, you're playing basketball, soccer. It's just something when a sister's out there doing it, it's just something different. I mean, the Black female athletes are just on a different level. I'm just sorry. Nah, no NBA career after me. Remember, I went to school. I went to high school in Japan, so there were no scouts. There was nothing like that. It was once you're done, head to the military. So that was it for me. But hey, great topic. But let me sum this up, you guys. The Democrats rolled over, as we knew they would, with no concessions. I'm tired of the excuses. I'm tired of the political theater. This is what we're seeing. We are seeing political theater. Good cop, bad cop. Oh, I can't do anything over here. Oh, but we're going to do this. Oh, he's Hitler. Oh, this. The Democrats, when they're in power and they have control of the whole government, they can't do anything for Black people. When they're out of power, their answer is vote for us so we can have power and we can do something for you guys. Remember Joe Biden? You give me the Senate, I'll give you a federal task force on policing. I'll give you a George Floyd bill. I'll give you a John Lewis voting rights bill. Student debt forgiveness. Didn't do none of that. None of that. And then they wonder why they're losing all their people. Don't forget to check out Your Average Logical Thinker's website. She's got some great stuff. I like her website too because she talks about the shows that she watches, and I don't know nothing about the shows, and I kind of follow them and I go research it and I say, okay, cool, like that. And Miss Sweet Talk is giving them fire is in Wisconsin. And fellas, just go to that website and just go look at her. Trust me. If I was 20 years younger, trust me, I would be, Miss Sweets, you'd be on the list. You would be on the list. I'm an old man now, nothing I can do for you. But I'm telling you, fellas, look, if Donovan tells you to go check out a certain page or some stock tip, go check it out, okay? And then come back to me and thank me via email or on the next show or something like that, and tell me if I was lying, okay? Go check it out. Your Average Logical Thinker. I don't want to say nothing because that's my little sister. San Diego, bodied. I jumped on her live one day and she was on the bike or the what do you call that? The treadmill thing, and she's doing the treadmill thing. Both of these ladies have one son. One son. Single. You have a logical thinker? Fellas, why are these women single? Yeah, the elliptical. Telling you, I'm not lying. Look, go over there. Hey, shoot your shot, dog. Shoot your shot. The worst that she's going to say is no. Worst she's going to say is no. You can fly her out. Fly her out. Fly her out. You know, do her thing. You know, maybe, you know, you never know. You never know. But trust me, if I'm giving a recommendation, there's a reason why I'm giving it, because I can't do it, but there's a reason why, okay? So, all right, you guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow, Demetra K Show. Don't forget to tune in, watch us there. I don't know what we're going to talk about yet. Demetra went to her Journey concert. It got canceled, so she couldn't get on it. But there were reports that some crazy woman from the African Diaspora News Channel got on the mic and was rocking on the mic up there. But I don't know if that's true or not. But tomorrow, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 5 p.m. Central Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Demetra K Show. We will see you guys there tomorrow. Have a good night. Be safe. Facts Not Feelings says, I'm too old now. I just want 2 beautiful women to marry and ride off into the sunset. There you go, right there. Look, Facts Not Feelings, if I could pull it off, if I could, trust me. If I could, I would. See, I look old. If I shave this down and maybe keep a little youth to me, I might have a shot. And ladies, I got benefits. But look, I could never date your average logical thinker. Fellas, if you got a military background, do not date people that know the military. Because your average logical thinker, she knows the pay, she knows my benefits, she knows my incentives. Can never date her. Can't do it. But Miss Sweet Talk, I was 20 years younger. All right, you guys, have a good night. Have a good night. See, you have a logical thinker. She knows. Look, brother's been around a while. Do not date military chicks. They know. All right. We'll see you guys manana.